What is money? Money is anything that is commonly accepted by a group of people for the exchange of goods or services. The system of coins and paper currency we use in Canada exists to enable people to obtain the goods and services they need in a convenient way. A simple definition for money is money is a medium of exchange. Today, we can go to any city or province in the country and pay for whatever we may want or need, and our money will be recognized and accepted as easily as it is when we shop in our neighborhood. Canadian dollars are even accepted in some foreign countries. But this wasn't always the case. Our present system of money is a recent phenomenon. For thousands of years, people didn't even use money. People used a system called barter. What is barter? Barter is the exchange of a good or service for another good or service. Sound complicated? Well, it's not really. Most people have bartered at some time. For instance, have you ever exchanged something you didn't want in your lunch for something you liked in someone else's? That's bartering. For centuries, barter was the principal medium of all exchange all over the world. Neighbors bartered with each other. People from other tribes or countries bartered too. However, bartering became increasingly complicated. For example, say a fisherman needed a fishing net and was prepared to offer a bucket of fish as payment. He would need to find someone with a fishing net who was willing to accept fish as payment. But what if no one wanted fish? What if they would only trade for needles? Imagine how complicated it might be to obtain a lamp, some bread, and a pair of shoes if no one accepted the same item as payment. Many times, people would trade for things they did not want in hopes that they could later exchange it for something they did want. As nations developed and people began to see the need for some common medium of exchange, commodity money came into existence. A commodity is a basic item used by almost everyone. Salt, tea, tobacco, cattle, and seeds are some of the items that were used as money. Trade was easier since most everyone needed or wanted these items. Still, there were problems. To serve as a medium of exchange, an item has to have a clear measurement of worth. Using commodities as money still required having to figure out how much salt a table or any other item was worth. In addition, having to carry bags and bags of salt was very tiring. Coins were introduced as money around. Sorry, that doesn't seem right. I'll just skip those. Countries were minting their own series of coins with specific values. Metal was the material of choice because it's readily available, easy to work with, and could be recycled. Using coins as money was a fantastic idea because each coin was given a certain value. It became easier for people to compare the costs of the items they needed. In other words, comparison shop. Nonetheless, over time, difficulties arose. Coins were easier to carry around than salt, but if you needed to carry a fair amount of money, coins were heavy too. Imagine the weight of a trunk full of coins. Over time, people looked for another choice and discovered paper. Some of the earliest known paper money dates back to 1300 AD.